This is the Kazdoy Closet. I'm Kazdoy. That's my closet full of all the stuff that I love. But today, something that I don't love, and that is the Panasonic 4K region-free Blu-ray player. We're talking model UB820. And yes, I know it's supposed to be one of the best players you can get out there, and I don't have it here to show it to you as a prop. I'll get to that a little bit later. But about 2 months after I bought it, I had a couple of issues with it, and I discussed that in an episode that I posted about a year ago or so, and I'll put a link to that episode in the notes if you want to check that out. But a couple nights ago, this thing got really wonky, and it finally crashed. Let's check it out. Let's start with some good news. This player is still under a 1-year warranty. It's like 2 weeks shy of being a year old. So I don't know if that's planned obsolescence or not. But when I called the company from which I bought this player, he asked me, the representative asked me, first of all, what's wrong with the player? Because he said it was a good one. And yeah, it is supposed to be a good one. I did my research before buying it, and this is supposed to be one of the best ones. So my answer as to what was wrong with the player is just about everything. The picture freezes, the player won't recognize the disc or won't play it, it won't recognize the correct region because it's an all-region player. It won't play a disc, then it'll play it when I take it out and try it again. So everything's intermittent and nothing is consistent here at all. It's just all random. Finally, the disc got stuck on play. The display said play. The picture was at the blank screen, and it wouldn't eject for several minutes. I had to keep waiting for it to eject, which just nothing was happening. So just totally frozen. And an interesting note here, though, is the biggest problems I had were with Criterion discs. Mainly Criterion discs that I had never watched before. So anything I put in that player that I had never seen before, those were the main problems. So before you think about, well, what did you try doing? Did you do this? Did you do that? I did everything. I cleaned the discs several times. I cleaned them the way you're supposed to. I unplugged the player from the wall, not from a power strip. I unplugged the HDMI cable a couple of times, and yes, it's the appropriate cable. I think it's an 8K cable, actually. And I did check for firmware updates. It's totally up to date. So I tried all that stuff. So what happens now? Well, I mailed the player back to the company. It cost about $30 to mail it. They said they would either repair it or replace it. Should take between 5 and 10 business days. Unless they're going to repair it and they need parts, they might have to take a little bit longer to get the parts. So I'm kind of mixed on that. I'm thinking, well, if they do repair it, at least I would think it's working right because somebody went over it and made sure it was working right. If they replace it, it's going to be another crapshoot of whether the new player is going to work properly or not. He also offered me 15% off a new player. I am at a loss as to what player I would even buy. I'm going to get to that in a minute. But meanwhile, I'm using my old Sony player. So fortunately, I did have a backup. This is the S3700. It's an all-region player. It's okay. Honestly, I think the Panasonic had a better picture, but I'm going to check it out more. I'm just glad I had a backup player here so I can watch some of this stuff. But during my anger phase, when that Panasonic crashed, I was pissed. And I thought, you know what? Screw this hobby. Screw this collecting stuff. I'm just going to sell it all off. This closet back here is maybe a fourth of the entire collection of the rest of this room here. So, but then I got kind of over that. So here's a question for you. What player do you recommend? Now I need a 4K, I need a region free, even though I am not totally sold on 4K yet. That's in the episode also that I put the link down below in. I think a lot of it depends on the source material, a lot of it depends on the film. So I'm not a true believer yet, at least. But I'm going to stick with it because I have some 4K discs. So I need a 4K region free player. I've had bad experiences with the Panasonic, of course. With this, when I first got it, had a couple of glitches. Seems to be okay now. And I've been reading a lot online. I've been reading reviews. Some people swear by Sony. Some people swear by Panasonic. Some people don't like either one. Maybe you have some insight out there. I would definitely appreciate some feedback. So once I get my Panasonic back, either the repaired one or a new player, and I check it out, I will post an updated episode to let you know what happens. So stay tuned. thanks for tolerating this rant about my first world problems here. So feel free to leave a comment or suggestion down below. Have you experienced this with this Panasonic player or any other players? Which do you recommend, not recommend, etc.? Leave a thumbs up. Don't leave a thumbs down. Subscribe would be great. Share this with your friends and neighbors. We're very close to our goal of 1.5 thousand subscribers. We're very close. So appreciate you subscribe. It's free. Also free is we're in the Letterboxd app under the Kazdoy Closet. There's a link down below for that too. And we just left written reviews of Azrael, Wolves, and The Wailing most recently. So that's free. What's not free is my ebook is available. It is True Tales from the Teacher Trenches, the ups and downs from 32 years of teaching high school English. And you can get that on Amazon.com. It's for the Kindle, or if you don't have a Kindle, you can use the free Kindle app on any device of your choice. And if you have Kindle Unlimited, it's included in that too. So check that out. Otherwise, it's going to set you back, by the way, an enormous sum of $1.99. So otherwise, thanks so much for putting up with this rant, and appreciate it, and see you next time.